Welcome to Lost in Seattle 2. YouTube, we in YouTube jail again.
They got us again.
So
only for a week though. We'll be back.
Y'all, some of y'all won't see this video until
next week.
But
y'all
those
get 2 back to back though.
Those of you who have been looking at the comment section, we left some comments in the comment section explaining what's going on and how this is going to be our second channel that we're going to use when we get strikes.
We might just use this also to just upload some other stuff.
Yeah, you know. Occasionally we'll upload on this channel too. But
yeah, they got us up out of here for a week.
So what episode is this?
This is 24.
Episode 24.
So they hit us at like they hit us like 3 times in you understand? It's been like 6 months and they hit us like 3 times already.
But they always give us a strike on a Friday.
Always right before we upload
the podcast episode.
Right before we upload it, they hit us. But it's good. It's all gravy. The grind don't stop, baby.
Sure don't.
The grind don't stop.
It just makes us want to persevere and keep going.
It going. But yeah,
persevere and keep going.
There's a lot of stuff going on anyway, so I guess we could just get right up. But by the way, what they got us for? They got us for that damn Larry Elder
Galvin Newsom. So if you see that video has disappeared, that's the reason why.
They took it up out of here. All because we said some. Come on,
I can't even repeat what I said.
Oh, this one we ain't monetizing this channel, so we can say what the fuck we want to say. Who gives a damn?
We're gonna upload on this channel though.
Yeah, but they can get rid of it later.
Okay, so what they got?
No, don't do that. But yeah, let's get right into it. First off, I guess we already made a video on this. I guess we can go straight to the Haitian persuasion, the Haitian. What's going on in Haiti? Sorry about that.
They're deporting them back.
Yeah. As you can see here, U.S. closes part of Texas border, begins flying Haitians home. Now, this was a few days ago. I think they would say there was 14,000 Haitian people that was at the border that they tried to fly away and turn around. We'll talk about that in a bit, but the look was very nasty.
You've had people come all the way you had people come from El Salvador.
Yeah. You had Chile, or Chile, as they call it.
And the United States did not get their asses back on the plane as fast as they're getting the Haitian.
No. The Haitian people came from Chile, Haiti.
No, I'm saying you've had people.
I know, but Haitians came from those places too.
Yeah.
Because back in 2010, after the earthquake, Chile had a growing economy. Chile and Colombia had growing economies.
So the Haitians.
So they invited the Haitians in for low wage workers.
But you remember a couple of weeks ago, I was saying like, these aren't Hispanic people you're seeing.
Yeah,
these are black people.
Yeah, they showed that about 3 weeks ago. You showed me that. It was on Fox News. Obviously, Fox News is always on that border.
But for some reason this week, it was just a whole lot of them that came in at once.
Yeah. You could tell there was a different energy for the black ones. Like when they show the black ones coming in, they show all the men coming in.
Isn't it amazing how Haitian and the Dominican Republic they share the same island, but Haitians are not considered Hispanic?
Nope.
Because that's what somebody left in a comment. They're saying, aren't they Hispanics as well?
Well, the same thing I say about I say this all the time. The Caribbean and what we call West Indian are 2 different things. For me, I know when you talk to a Jamaican and all that stuff, they say I'm Caribbean, but from what I see, the Caribbeans is not them. They're West Indian. They're not Caribbean. It seems like there's a separate culture. Even though you'll see them call themselves West Indian and Caribbean, they're labeled. The black ones are labeled West Indian. The Jamaicans, Haitians, and all them. The Caribbean is more the mixed cultures, the ones who got Asian or should I say Southeast Asian, Indian, and obviously Hispanic, Spaniard.
Puerto Rico don't consider themselves Caribbean.
No, you say who?
Puerto Rico.
They do.
I've never heard a Puerto Rican person say I'm Caribbean. They say I'm Puerto Rican.
I'm talking about when they say what lineage they come from. They do say Caribbean.
No, they don't.
Well, I've heard that.
I've never heard that.
I've heard them say. I've never heard them call themselves West Indian.
I heard Jamaicans call themselves Caribbean. I've heard Virgin Islands call themselves Caribbean. I've never heard them say they were West Indian. They say I'm Caribbean. Those islands.
Well,
now Trinidad and Tobago's, they call themselves West Indies.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I've heard them call themselves West Indian and Caribbean.
Which one?
I've heard Jamaicans, Haitians, and all them. But I've only heard Dominicans and them and Matter of fact, I haven't even heard a Trinidadian say they West Indian. I know they probably call themselves that, but I've heard Caribbean more.
Yeah,
I've heard Caribbean
I hear Caribbean and West Indies from them.
I heard West Indies from Jamaica and Jamaica.
But anyway,
Jamaica, Haiti. But yeah. Back to the main point. So you see here, this is the crazy shit that happened though. Look, I can sympathize what's going on at the border, obviously, but when we got one of our own saying off the wall stuff like this.
Now, when she said them being on the horses with the whips, it reminded her of the 200 years ago, and we went back and how Black Americans were treated in this country. We know how they were treated in the South. That was true. That brought back some flashbacks. But when she said worse than what we witnessed in slavery, that was pretty stupid to say something like that.
Yeah, this is the title here. This is we're gonna go through Revolt. They said Maxine Waters says treatment of Haitian migrants worse than what we witnessed in slavery. Okay, I didn't see the clip.
You know, you don't have to minimize what your people went through to make someone else's suffering be noticeable.
But I'm going to say this. I didn't see the clip. So I'm assuming that they took her words completely out of context.
Hopefully
now, this is Revolt. This is Black. This is Pete. This is Diddy. This is Black owned.
Or she got that wig on too damn tight. She need to loosen that shit.
She got that beaver on her head. But Congresswoman Maxine Waters is livid about how the Haitian refugees are being treated by Border Patrol agents.
As were we.
Exactly. We made a video on it. We talked about it. On Wednesday, Waters spoke about the horrific images and videos during the press conference. What we witnessed takes us back to hundreds of years. What we witnessed was worse than what we witnessed in slavery. Cowboys with their reins, again, whipping Black people, Haitians into the water where they are scrambling and falling down when they are trying to escape from violence in their country. I'm pissed. I'm unhappy. I am not just unhappy with the cowboys who were running down Haitians and using their reins to whip them. The congressman added, I'm unhappy with the administration.
Yes, she called out the Joe Biden administration on the way they are behaving towards the Haitian immigrants.
It's funny because when those Mexicans and those Latinos are getting across the border a few months ago, by the hundreds of thousands, they would not, y'all don't understand. They weren't talking about how many people they were letting into this country within a matter of 2-3 months.
We know why.
But all of a sudden, it got, what you would call mainstream media other than the right wingers, no one talked about it. It didn't get any traction. But for some reason, when the Haitians crossed the border, not only do it get the same reaction they gave the Latino, the Border Patrol is doing the same thing they've been doing. I could say that. The Border Patrol don't want the Mexicans in either. Them white rare.
But the Biden administration, how swiftly they moved to deport them back.
That's the difference. The
Allegedly.
Border Patrol is the same. Those right-winging white people do not want neither one of them in their country.
But we also would have to ask, how did they get here?
We'll get to that later. So when we get to the Biden and how quickly they're deciding to deport them, we got to ask the question, well, if they got here the same way the other ones got here, why are they deporting them so much faster? Is it because they don't want a certain population in this country to get bigger?
Because they claim is so small.
When a certain population come in, they can assign them as white.
They can't assign their black asses as
No,
white.
you can't mistake no Haitian for no white person. You ain't ever gonna mistake
You're going
that.
into the black category.
So, is that why they deported them?
That's one of the reasons.
What do you think else? You think
Ever since the Haitians got their revolutionary
1804
being freed, they just been going through it.
I mean, they've been doing.
I mean, they literally can't catch a break.
They can't catch a break. They've been having. They had about.
They get earthquakes.
Post slavery and getting their freedom, they, like I said, outside of America, they probably they had the, it's not luck. They ain't got bad luck. They got another country that's
they got other
purposely,
countries.
Yes, exactly. Because it's not just America, the UK and Britain.
United Nations.
Yes, all of them. Was it Haiti the one who tried to join the African Union?
I think it was Africa.
No?
And they said no.
I wonder if they had anything to do with France, saying if you let them in.
Probably so. But it should have said, fuck you. We're not going, we're going to let them in, and we're not accepting your currency anymore.
Yeah, you got to have heart for that. But speaking of the Biden administration, I'm sure most of you know that Biden's, what is she? She works for, she's underneath his press secretary, right?
Yeah.
She
It's Haitian.
It's Haitian.
And they said she's missing in action.
So, I mean, if you think about it, she is the I forgot the correct word for her. Hold on. She is the she's a press secretary. Deputy press secretary. Yeah, I didn't want to say secretary press secretary. I didn't want to say that. So deputy press secretary. She is got a little. The cameras are on her. She can speak.
She can speak and
so
say.
Clearly, she's been told. Go ahead.
To shut the fuck up.
She's been told by the Biden administration.
Or she doesn't care.
And they purposely put her in front of the cameras at this point. That says a lot too. They have her standing in front of it, and people are saying, "Well, damn, if she don't give a fuck,
then why should we?
Why should we?"
But you have, outlets that are saying Black Americans need to speak up more in support of the Haitian immigrants, and I think a lot of people have spoken up.
Yeah, I think most people have spoken up. I mean, people.
But at the same time, you would have to take notice. If you're the deputy secretary not saying nothing, it's like,
oh damn.
Why that person is it focused on us?
That person can go have a message instantly.
It just amazes me how, once again, the Pan-Africanists, they say the same thing every time Black Americans say stuff like, well, why should we when, the Haitians aren't even, well, we've been Pan-Africans and I'm African-American. That's what we do. We have empathy and compassion for our people. Yes, that's true. But when do we say, okay, you have to do something for yourself?
Well, this is what I'm going to say. Pan-Africanists, to me, are very comparable to, as I keep saying, white liberals. Pan-Africanists look at other Black people in the diaspora as children. So when a Black person outside of America say something that's repugnant or just you can just disagree with, like this is crazy. The person who's Pan-African will forgive them instantly. Like, hey, you can't blame them; they can't help it.
But when it's a Black American that does it,
you're held to a high standard, which means you really don't look at a Black person from another country equal to a Black American.
You can't say that. You know better.
Yeah.
They know better too.
It's like a white liberal telling a Black person, "Oh, it's okay that you can't read. It's not your fault. It's the system against you." It's like, what? No, you should be able to read. Like, what are we talking about? There's certain things that your parents can teach you. You don't need the system for.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So this was the deputy press secretary, and then there's this right here. Wait, where is it? We talked about. All right. DHS seeks contractor to run migrant detention facility at Gitmo. Guards should speak Haitian Creole. Yes, Guantanamo Bay people.
I thought Guantanamo Bay was an area where you take people
who are prisoners,
political
prisoners,
and try to, get information out of them.
What does that say? Now that place they send it to,
like torturing people.
That place they send it into, I guess you call it detention center or whatever it's called, Gitmo, has been seen as unfit, basically.
Wasn't Obama supposed to get rid of that?
Well, no, that was just a rumor. They said that he was supposed to get rid of. Allegedly, he was supposed to get rid of Guantanamo, but it just never came true. And then it became, that was just a rumor.
Oh, they were using it for later on for the Haitians.
Yeah, that's really what it was for. Yeah, that's pretty much.
They have this stuff planned out like years in advance.
Yeah, let's see what the press secretary, the actual press secretary, Saki.
Jen Psaki
had to say about it. She telling people,
remind me of The Last Dragon.
He's going to tell you the game is the game. Let's see what he had to say.
No matter whether it's the people who left, the Haitians that left in 2010 and traveled to South America and now trying to travel here, or the ones who left after this earthquake. Either way, what is there for them to go back to when these planes are taking them back? The nation is in unrest. The president was assassinated. There are gangs that people are scared of. Democratic rule is not necessarily in place. The people are calling, particularly those here in this nation, are calling for the elections not to be held, on time because of unrest there. And then you also have the issue of the earthquakes. So what is there to go back to? What are you deporting them back to?
Well, April, I will say that our objective and our focus is not only in implementing current immigration policies. We have also been working to provide a range of assistance, working closely with officials from the government as individuals are going back to Haiti, to provide a range of financial assistance, to provide a range of technical assistance. That is ongoing. And we certainly support and want to be good actors in supporting Haiti during a very difficult time, as you noted, with a government that is still working to get back to a point of stability, with recovery from an earthquake. And that's why we have a range of programs, options, as well as financial support in place.
Stay in your own country. What you saying?
April Ryan. Every time I talk about y'all, I don't care which one it is. What happened to that show y'all supposed to get on CNN? What it is, ho? What's up? What happened
Remember
to that?
they was celebrating.
They was rocking too.
Angela Rye
with lettuce and tomatoes on the
the
side.
dude who got ran up out of Charlotte. Not
yeah.
Charlotte. He got ran
What
up out
is
of
his name?
what's his name?
Who was the other person?
The lawyer who
You talking about the lawyer? It
was Mark Lamont with them? No, I don't think he was with them.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, they cut him off.
Angela don't even utter his name.
Yeah, he's the one who's not named anymore to them. But yeah, as you can see, she pretty much said, "Look, man, we're gonna help you from a
She
distance."
kept nodding her head. She was like, mm-hmm. Then she was flipped to her notes, started pre-reading her notes, what they had told her to say, and she was like, "Look, April,
sweetie.
you're lucky you're here. We could deport your ass back to Haiti."
No. That's ain't April Ryan. Ain't she? She's Black American.
She's Black American, but they said we'll take your ass to Haiti.
I don't know. They had to fight for that one. April said, "You ain't sending me."
What?
Nah,
Bitch, you crazy.
Let me stop. Now, with all this stuff that's going on, and how we were told that Biden, the less of two evils, that's what we was told.
Still hasn't got back to Ice Cube on that black agenda.
Still hasn't got back to him.
He'll get back to him in what
2022.
year?
Yeah.
2022.
Now let me say this.
No, when is the next presidential election?
2024.
2024.
Damn,
He'll get back.
hold on. I'm sorry. I can't let you walk past that. That's every 4 years, dog. Come on.
I know it's every 4 years.
I know. I'm
but
just saying.
listen,
I
don't really give a damn.
People gonna point it out. I had to do it for him.
Okay, you can
So
point
they
it out
only-
for him, and I'll tell him I don't give a damn.
Go ahead.
Shit, they're gonna choose who they want to choose anyway.
All right, go ahead. You don't lost your track of mind.
No, I ain't lost my track of
go ahead.
mind. No, what I'm saying is they'll get back to him in 2023 when we start when we start the election year, and they'll just randomly say, "Oh, Ice Cube, we want to talk about that black agenda plan."
I think they'll actually contact him in 2022 because you got to understand when it comes to these elections, you got to be 2-3 years ahead. You can't wait till a couple months before. Well, hell, no, I'm lying. They do wait till a couple months before with black people. So that can't even use that example.
Exactly.
They do.
They don't care.
Now, let me say this. They came at Ice Cube because he was willing to listen to both sides.
Yep.
Trump offered a $500 million plan.
They got mad because they called it the platinum plan, saying he was making fun because they be wearing
funny. It is funny.
Chains. Yes. Like,
let me say this right quick. I'm going a little tangent again. What is wrong? This notion that it's a bad thing for rappers to wear chains and gold. Do you realize those chains and gold they're wearing, if it's real, is worth more than money? That's a good thing. They're buying gold. That is a good thing. People was wearing gold tooths, fronts as they call them, back in the 20s. Go back and look at your artists and singers and dancers and entertainers and doctors. Yes, I said doctors. Professionals black people been wearing fronts forever.
Just flashy people.
Just stop thinking that because black people wear. I keep hearing people say stuff like billionaires don't spend their money on this. They show Bill Gates wearing what they call a regular shirt and some pants. Like, you realize that shirt he got on probably is like $200. That plain white shirt he got on ain't no regular plain white shirt.
It just looked like he just regularly dressed down to
Like,
you.
do you know how many houses he owns?
Oh, but they'll tell you that. Well, that's
Well,
good.
he's a traveler because of business.
Real estate and all that
Well,
stuff.
what's wrong with them buying a bunch of houses? See, it's only bad when a nigga. It's a stereotype when niggas do it. When niggas buy diamonds and gold, they wasting their money. I can't think of somebody saying buying diamonds and gold is a waste of money. But let's get to Ice Cube. Speaking of diamond and gold, when this dude came out, I was shocked, stunned, flabbergasted at how many black people was saying, "Oh, he's just a rapper. Don't listen to him."
We'll
Like
never forget. What's that show that was on Fox? YouTube Fox.
Queens, Queens Court, not Queens Court,
Queens something. With Lisa
Vivica
Ray,
Fox.
Vivica A. Fox, Celine
I'm sorry.
Johnson.
The only one I care about is Vivica A. Fox, and that's not in a good way.
You only care about why you only care about Vivica A. Fox?
No, not in a good way.
Oh,
she's the one.
she was the nastiest
She's the one
one.
who said the most craziest shit.
And Claudia Jordan, who hosts the show.
Yo, when they went in on him, he went on their show and tried to talk with them about his plan.
Ooh.
And they said, what's good for the what they basically said that black women
have separate needs from
needs from the black community. No. They didn't say the black men. They said the black women have separate needs from the black community.
That's what the feminists, white feminists.
And people was like passing out from like, did they just say that out loud? And I said, yeah, they said it. This is what they mean. But I'm gonna show y'all.
But Lisa Ray,
she tried to backpedal a little bit.
She tried to stick it in for Ice Cube.
It didn't really work out for her. Let me show y'all what Ice Cube had to say and what people were mad at him about.
Yo, what's up? This your homie Ice Cube. Here to talk to my black folks.
What?
You got it on pause?
No.
Go.
What? The same you gotta say.
I can't hear.
You know, I just want to be straight up. Because there's a lot of messages going out about this election. First and foremost, anybody telling you that you gotta vote, that it's your duty, that you have to exercise the right, and that people died for you to vote. For one, people did die, but nobody walked out their house to go die for you to vote. They were killed by probably some racists that don't want to see us get anything. But I'm saying that to say this. Be skeptical of anybody telling you to vote and not telling you to ask for anything, or to tell you to just vote and not to get anything for your vote. That's not how it works. That's not the process. You don't vote just to vote. You vote because you're getting something or your community is getting something. So everybody that's telling you that, man, look at them and say, what are you getting? Because people that just want you to vote and not ask for nothing, people that's in power that want you to vote but don't want you to get anything or not asking for you to get anything economically, they suspect, straight up. Because a lot of people been in place for a long time and we ain't got shit. That shit gonna end. That shit gonna end. We gonna get what we supposed to get. Period. And anybody asking you not to ask, I wouldn't listen to them. Because that's the process. Every community asks for what they want. And we gonna do the same goddamn thing.
No lies told, sir.
No lies told. Man, oh
no
man.
No lies told.
Imagine if people actually listen to that. Just imagine if people actually listen to common sense. That wasn't even nothing he was saying that was crazy.
People don't listen to common sense.
Like what he was saying right there wasn't even deep. It was like
very
common sense.
Plain speaking.
Like, this is
English.
basic. This is basic politics. This is basic community structure. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to raise people up in your community to run for office. That's even further than we even understand. Like, The person that run for office in your community had to have grown up in your community. But we tend to,
And the people that have businesses in your community is supposed to be giving back to the community as well.
exactly.
Normally they participate in recreation centers or
Yeah.
some type
Maybe
of
there's a softball
community
event.
involvement.
Yeah, maybe there's a softball event and they pay for the equipment.
I don't know no Arabs, no Asian people
Like,
who do that.
yeah, I remember when we went back to North Carolina, and remember that store by Uncle Vonzo house?
Mm-hmm.
That store shut down, and our cousin was like, "Oh, this store closed." I was thinking in my head, "Good, this dude was racist." Remember we went to that store? Was it 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And the Arab dude was in there, and a black dude was in there with a woman, and I guess the woman was buying something, and the Arab dude was talking crazy to this black dude. Like, he was talking crazy, and the black dude was like, "Man, how much?" He kept ignoring this dude, disrespecting him because he trying to buy something. He was disrespecting him, and I was behind it. I didn't even want to shout there no more. I think I wanted to take some money out of my account.
Okay.
And he was like, and I know he ripped me off. I don't care because they always do it. He was like, it's going to take a fee to do this. I said, I know you lying, but whatever. It's your store. We can't do nothing.
They're notorious for doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, you go in there buy something.
If you don't buy a certain amount, they charge you like $2.50 to use your debit card.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or something else they'll do. You'll buy something one day for $1. The next day it's $2.50. And then the person behind you, he'll say, for you, $1. And it's like, how you going to change the price? This is what happens when you have no power in your community.
You do have power.
They taxing you. That's illegal, really. That's
you
illegal.
have power. You can choose to opt out and not give these stores none of your money.
I agree with that. Those stores don't exist no more either. Although when somebody else tried to buy it that was black, they can't buy it. I know why, because them cops in the area said, no, you ain't getting a hold of this store. But that's for some other reasons we can't even talk about on here. But I want to get back to this Haitian thing. Speaking of a Biden administration, and why would Biden allow stuff like this to happen if he's supposed to be the lesser of two evils?
Well, let's see why.
So let me show y'all a clip of Biden's comments on Haiti.
It wouldn't matter a whole lot if Haiti, a god-awful thing to say, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot
He don't give a fuck.
If Haiti, a god-awful thing to say, if Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot
He don't care.
That's why he deporting them left and right out of here.
He said if Haiti went into the ocean or went up 300 feet.
And it's not just America, it's Mexico too.
And that's subliminal. When he says he doesn't care if it goes into the water or goes up 300 feet, he means if it dies off or if it's prosperous, he don't care.
Yeah.
So he don't just mean
if they just,
die.
He don't care if they start doing better either.
He
They're
doesn't
good
care
for them.
either way.
We're going to rip you off anyway, so we don't
gonna
care.
do you wrong anyway. Speaking of doing somebody wrong, and all these foreigners, other foreigners at least, should I say, that are getting accepted into this country, but what's going on in Texas? Look at this. Now, this right here is a clip from the a border in Mexico. See, the Mexican government has closed all exits from whatever that is for Haitians, preventing them from getting to another Mexican city. So they are now stuck at the river between two governments, closing in to deport them back to the only country they can't go back.
So where's that black and brown coalition?
Now, this is Mexico. That's like, go back to Haiti.
Shouldn't they be understanding? Since they're always trying to get across the U.S. border, shouldn't they have empathy and compassion and understanding for these people?
Mm-mm.
No, they don't want them in their cities because once again, they don't want them going in there and wiping out their Hispanic people.
They want to darken them up.
Nope.
All you need is they
one
did for a couple
scrub.
months. Giving them for a couple months, it'll be darkened up. They don't want that.
We really will say they are our people.
They
then.
black and brown, baby.
They are part of our people. If you
But-
get them Haitians by the year.
But let's talk about the real reason they're doing all this stuff at the border. Because I came to an epiphany. Is that the right word?
Yeah, epiphany.
Yeah. Okay. Also at the border, before I even get to my epiphany. Why does that word sound weird to me right now? You know who else was there? Al Sharpton showed up.
With that blowout.
That perm. By the way, Al Sharpton, the CIA agent or CIA snitch, drug dealer back in his day, they got caught
Slinging.
up. He works for the CIA. That is open book. There's nothing secret about that. He is a CIA. He's part of one of those alphabet agencies. Who knows? Probably even a double agent. Might be an FBI as well. I mean, wasn't he hanging around certain people? No,
Might work for ICE too.
Oh, Lord. He's setting the Haitians up too? Damn.
Yeah, he's setting them up too.
All right, let's see what he had to say. At the border, he went there at the Del Rio, Texas border. He was heckled by those white people out there. Because, you know, and I want y'all to listen to the comments they said, because it reminds me of something they used to say back in the day. It's very eerie how it sounds exactly the same as something they used to say back in the day.
Kids are being sedated at the U.S. border. Why are you not being a voice for the children?
From Atlanta, Georgia, New Birth Baptist Church, Reverend Freddie Hayes.
Why are you stoking racism where it doesn't exist? Why are you trying to come and provoke violence? Why are you here advocating for violence? Why are you here advocating for violence? Del Rio is not a racist city. Del Rio is a loving, caring community. We don't want your racism in Texas. Get out of here. Nobody wants to hear your racist nonsense in Del Rio. You're a racist. Nobody wants you in Texas. Nobody wants you in Texas. Why are you not a voice for the children that have gone missing at the border? Where are your voices? Get out of your racism. Get out of your reverse racism.
The Trump supporters and the right wingers can scream all they want. We're going to continue to come back. We're going to stand with our people to make sure that asylum is treated in one way, in one manner. And we will continue to come back over and over again. For people to be treated like this in a humane way, and for people to feel that they can use weaponization of horses to treat human beings should be resisted. So they can have all the hecklers they want. They should do all they can. We will keep coming back as long as it's necessary. We want to see the Border Patrol fully investigated. We want those that were involved to face justice, and we want to see full asylum rights given to those that deserve it, like anyone else in this country that enters this country. We cannot.
So
Got my damn ears hurting.
Yeah. Now, there was something he said in there, the white dudes. They kept saying, there's no racism here. Get away from here. You know, back in the day, in the South, whenever they did those sit-ins and bus rides down to Alabama and Mississippi, what those white people would say, our niggas are happy. Get out of here with that other stuff. Our niggas are happy. We don't want y'all here. We treat our niggas good. Shout out to Pastor Tarby. That's what they used to say back then. It sounded the exact same. And I think that probably is a Hispanic dude. How much want to bet it's a Mexican dude?
I think it was a Hispanic dude too.
I could tell by his accent. He was Hispanic. It's crazy how the message is just passed down to the next culture. Somebody got to be at the bottom, baby.
And it ain't going to be us. Pretty soon. We're going to be at the top.
Well, we at the bottom now.
We're at the bottom now, but we're getting out of this.
So it's a fight right now to see who. We in the 2020s now. Who will be at the bottom for the next 2 decades, 3 decades?
China wants to be the top nation.
Oh yeah, China going for the jugular.
They going for the jugular.
But I don't know though. China, we'll see. But with all this stuff going on, I want to ask the question to a lot of people out there. if they really know what this is really about, if you've been paying attention to what's been going on for the last 6 to 7 months, the biggest story being kept in the media is the insurrection with what happened on January 6th.
They're still talking about that.
Still, they're trying to get, now they're doing for investigations to get all the people who are involved,
Like
the elected officials. They want their emails, messages, and everything.
Biden won. Trump is gone.
So the January 6th,
Because they're afraid that Trump is going to run for re-election again.
COVID mandates in each state, and now immigration. Well, why is that? Let me show y'all something. You see this? This is the Constitution of the United States. This is Section 3. This is the 14th Amendment. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress, or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who having previously taken an oath. Hold on. Shit, just gonna leave the screen like that. All right, quit. All right. What was I? Who previously taken an oath as a member of Congress, or as an officer of the United States, or as a member of the state legislature, or as an executive or judicial officer of any state, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid, what the hell? Or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof, but Congress may, by vote or 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. So what that means is they want to get rid of anybody in office who disagrees. They're going to twist this to allow them to get rid of anybody that disagrees with them. For example, January 6th, that's considered insurrection. You had civilians, a mob, go into the White House and, I mean, just being honest, walk around, honestly.
Well,
somebody got shot. 2 people got hit in the head, allegedly. But I think only one person is dead from the situation.
Well, are they going to start going after the governors too?
That's where we're going. So we know that it started off as a Trump rally. So naturally, anybody that supported Trump was saying, go to the rally, probably tweeted out, hey, we're going to be here at this date. So now all those people that was a part of it, they're going to be investigated for being a part of an insurrection. That gets rid of them. So that's the January 6th. Then COVID. It's a national emergency. There's federal mandates. So all the governors that are against those mandates,
Texas and Florida especially.
as in South Dakota or North Dakota, one of them,
The Dakotas both.
they're against them, their mandates. They're going to tie that to the border. Listen to me. So now the border, like I said, they've been allowing a couple 100,000 Mexicans and Latinos across that border for the last couple months. But it only became a national story when the Haitians tried to cross, because they need attention for it. They needed to look real nasty. They needed somebody to be on the horse looking like they're whipping a Haitian person. So now we know that immigration is a federal issue. So let's say that the governor of Texas, Abbott, that's his name. Let's say he say Abbott, have you said his name? Let's say he say, let's deport these Haitians. Get them out of here. We're going to put forth legislation to stop them from getting in. But the federal say, no, we want them in. Now you're a part of the insurrection. So now anybody.
So once again, black people are being duped.
So black people are being used to go against Trump. They still worried about Trump and the Republican Party.
He's gone.
Basically, the Democrats are still playing chess for 2024 and 2028 and 2032. They focus on elections. They not focused on nothing going on right now. The last time you had them worried about something right now was George Floyd. And they literally used that too. They have it on the books. They purposely turned the George Floyd situation into a political movement to convince black people to vote. They pretty much told you this is because of Trump, even though we saw what happened underneath Obama. For example, Trayvon Martin. That's just one. So they said what happened with George Floyd is because of Trump. You need to vote for Biden for things to get better. It didn't really work. I'm pretty sure the vote numbers were kind of whatever.
I think you're going to have black people turn out less.
I think so too. but they don't care because the second the election was over, they were on to the next one. They don't care what they said last year. They worried about the next 4 years. So that 14th, this is what it's about. The reason why they're putting the Haitians on television, the reason why they're doing all that stuff is to convince people that the Republican Party needs to be completely disintegrated.
That's true, because when I was talking to my coworker, not my coworker, one of my old employees, she was like, we were talking about the Haitians in the border and all that, and then she was like, those Republicans and Trump, they the one that did that, and I'm just like, my God. Y'all minds are just always focuses on Trump and the damn Republican Party.
It's both.
It's Biden. Well, it's both, but it's Biden's administration.
This is Biden administration. Yeah. Now look at this. This is where I goes to. Look, this was September 23rd, 2021.
They're still talking about Trump.
Trump approval outpacing Biden's in new poll.
This is how you know that what I've said in the past is true. Why would they still be focusing on Donald Trump if Biden is the president and he, you know?
See, you got us up out of here the first time saying shit like that.
But that would have to come to your mind. Why do they keep talking about Trump when he's out of office? That will make you think, well, he is the one that really.
What are you doing? Trev, you're going to do this again.
I'm not saying, I didn't say anything.
Trevor's going to get us off the backup channel. We got to make a backup channel for the backup channel.
What I'm saying is take it to what I'm saying and just guess what I'm trying to hit around and say to.
They got brain. These are smart people listening. They're smart.
They're very intelligent.
So you see Biden versus Trump approval ratings. Now you see here, it's a 2020 election voter share. As you see, Biden got 51% of the vote. Trump got 46. November 21, Biden's in the front. This is the polls. February, Biden's far in ahead. People approve of Biden way more than Trump. In April, in May, look at September. Now, what has happened since then? We had the African situation. We now have the Haitian situation. You had the what happened with Kamala or her problems she had when she went down there to saying that crazy stuff.
But if you would look at this, you would think we had two presidents for the United States.
Yeah, if you look at it, you would think of like who approves of which president more.
They're in your mind. They're telling us there are two presidents of the United States, and the Republican president is outpolling the Democratic president right now. Am I crazy for that's how I view it and see it? Wow.
So this is what look at Trump.
Yeah, Trump like what's up.
Now the reason why I came to this conclusion is because of this.
Yeah, I said that in the previous video.
As we can see here. This is Haiti over here, people. This is Haiti. That's Port-au-Prince. That's the capital. That's Haiti.
So this is absolutely crazy how.
This is Cuba. And this is Florida. Miami right there. Tampa, Orlando. This is Florida. But for some reason, the Haitians, instead of going to Florida, they're going to
the Bahamas.
Texas border. So we know now, because I looked at some videos, the Haitians allegedly are going down here to Colombia, through this right here, through Panama,
Costa Rica,
and going up through
Nicaragua,
Honduras,
El Salvador,
to get to Del Perro, Texas. That's what we've been told was going on. Now, I ain't the smartest man, but if I ain't got nothing, I'm running for my life.
I'm probably going to go through.
The trip that looks the easiest to make is north, not south, to go all over land. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a lot of patrols around
in the sea,
Florida. Maybe there's a lot of patrols, but we know Cubans, they go to Florida. So why are the Haitians going to Texas?
Well, there are quite a few amount. Well, there's a Haitian community in Florida. That's what don't make no sense. There's a big Haitian community in Florida. There's also a Haitian community in Texas as well, I believe.
So this very long travel tells me that somebody is bringing them to the Texas border. That's just my theory. That's my conspiracy theory.
You got any people who you think is bringing them to Texas?
I ain't gonna dare say a name.
Bloom. Bloom.
I don't know. I'm not. The reference going over my head right now.
I'm not gonna say the name either.
Soros. Let's be honest. Let's just say the shit. Talk it out. Nah, that's my conspiracy theory. I'm just saying that seems like a long trip to make to Texas rather than go through Florida. Okay. I'm not saying it's not. I know, like I said, I've heard they go through Colombia, through Panama, Guatemala, through Mexico to Texas. But I'm wondering why they're taking the longer trip.
Well, El Salvadorian and Guatemala and Honduras can't be that dangerous if Haitians feel comfortable walking through their country, because you know they always show them as
brings
killers.
You to another situation. How much of this is leading to sex trafficking, child sex trafficking? How many of these kids even making it to the border?
Well, who would continue on without their kid?
A lot of people in desperation.
So I want your daughter, but you can
No,
go?
it's not. I want your daughter. It's we walking. I went to sleep, but we had a rest, and you gone. You can sit there and look for them all you want. You'll get your head blown off. So you gotta look, desperation. Look, man, I'm not saying parents are leaving their kids on purpose. I'm saying some of them have a choice. And not just the kids, the women too. Hell, even some of the men. Remember when you saw that video? It was nothing but men coming in.
Yeah.
Where's the women and children? Now in the recent, obviously the thing
the newest version,
there was a lot more women. And like I said, you saw the women standing there like nothing was going on. They could just walk through no problem. But the men was getting hit with horse lancers. Like, I'm just saying, I think there's a lot of sex trafficking going on with this too. Probably some people bringing in some drugs. Now I sound like a right wing.
No, you sound like an independent, free thinker.
Don't call me no free thinker. Anybody that call themselves a free thinker ain't really a free thinker because they usually just become dependent on either side. A free thinker, when a black person calls themselves a free thinker, they pretty much saying, I believe Republicans. That's pretty much what I hear when I hear somebody say they're a free thinker.
Well, if that's what you get out of it, that's what you get out of it.
I'm not saying that's what a free thinker is. I'm saying every single black person I hear say free thinker, they typically just have Republican views. And it's like,
am I a Republican viewer? Because I just said you're a free thinker.
I'm not talking about you.
Well, people are going to take what you just said and put it into that context and say, well, I guess the B mic is a day of free thinker.
Oh, you see, here you go. Y'all, he can't get over a comment. This was 7 months ago on a video, I think, about the Joe Budden podcast.
Ooh, they smoked my ass.
And they called Travis a B mic, and he ain't got over that since.
Yeah, they said a lot of shit.
Like, come on, man.
Well, we dare not even go in that comment section.
I went in there, break. I had my sword out with my damn shield. What you gonna do? I'm a lion, baby.
Nigga.
But yeah. So with them not allowing the Haitians in, I find it funny
that they're willing to accept
that they're bringing in other groups.
Oh, for New York?
Hold up. All right. This right here.
You said yesterday that you were looking into temporary visas for foreign workers to fill these anticipated slots that might be empty in hospitals and nursing homes. So what is that going to look like? Where are these replacement healthcare workers coming from? What's the plan?
Well, I'll start with the last question and see if I remember the first one by the time I get through your probably 3.5-part question, Bernadette. This is something that we have to work with the Department of State on first. And this is a conversation we've already been having to talk about the opportunity we might have in freeing up the visa system to have some temporary workers come from places like the Philippines where many nurses go elsewhere. I literally had this conversation with the Prime Minister of Ireland when we sat where I am right now and talked about, do you have any, everyone I'm talking to, I'm saying, do you have any healthcare workers you can get over to us? But it is going to be a Department of State approval process that we have to work through. So this will not help in the next couple of days, but it would be great if we can, and we're going to be continuing to find ways to adjust our licensing requirements so we can have out-of-state help.
Adjust our licensing
requirements. Which means they're going to lower the standard.
So listen what she said. Because they have in New York, they have the mandate. People are nurses, because they need workers. That means nurses are quitting. Now, you can say they're quitting because of the mandate, quitting because some of them got sick with COVID, quitting because some of them passed away because of COVID. But they need workers.
So we would rather bring in foreigners, lower our expectations than to just hire people who are not comfortable with getting the vaccine and are qualified. Yeah. Or why not use those Haitians that are coming here? I'm sure some of them are nurses.
Well, they would love it if what's that? Cuba sent some workers. Cuba is known for their medical system. They're known for having some of the best doctors in the world. So it's funny they're gonna end up asking Cubans to come over here and help their medical system. That's gonna be hilarious. But I find it funny. They're willing to fire you, a person who's a nurse, who's an American citizen, who just don't want that mandate. They'll fire you and go get somebody foreign who they say is vaccinated.
And now white people are saying the very same thing that we've been saying. They're also trying to replace them too.
Yeah. By the way, this is our weekly COVID segment. Good to see you. If you're ready to go, I understand. See you later. Just click off right here. Have a good day. Glad to see you. But the point is, they're willing to spend more money replacing you than to just not do some of the crazy stuff they're doing.
Yep.
Another thing about these immigrants, I've been waiting to find out something like this. This is 2017.
Always talking about Bloods and the Crips and black gangs, but they rarely focus on the Hispanic.
You see, they said ICE raids could crack down on Mexican American gangs in Chicago. I remember around this time, 2017, I found this YouTube channel called what's it? Is it not Loveland? What's the name of that city council? It was a city council somewhere in Illinois. It was a city in Illinois, and it was this shit is hilarious. This city council. I'll link it if I find it. Well, these people that run this city are complete morons. But the complaint by the people living in the city, if you watch, y'all should probably really look up some of those city council videos. They're hilarious. Tell you what these people are really doing when they run your city, how dumb they are. But the complaint by the citizens is that there were too many Mexicans. These Mexicans are overrunning the city and they're starting gangs. Have y'all ever noticed when they talk about the crime in Chicago, how often do they mention the race? They don't ever say this many black people shot black people in Chicago. They say this many shootings happened in Chicago.
So could the Mexican gangs be a part of the shootings in black areas?
We wouldn't know. On the South Side, it's not just black. Whenever we know Chicago is one of the most segregated cities, as they call it. But they never tell you this many black people were shot, this many whites, this many Mexicans, this many. They never break it down by race. From that I've seen, I'm sure they probably exist. But every time I hear people use the numbers like 90, and let's say these numbers are crazy, I agree. Something should be done about it. But whenever they say something like 90 people shot in a weekend, you go, okay, that's terrible. But they'll be saying it to a black person. And you go, well, how many of that was black? And I'm not saying 80 of it wasn't black. I'm not saying 90 of them ain't black. I'm just saying it's funny how they never say the percentage.
What if it's not? Because they had the first argument they use of black on black crime, they go to Chicago.
Exactly.
Blacks are killing the blacks. Well, maybe. What if it's not blacks are killing the blacks? What if it's Mexican gangs are going to black neighborhoods and having shootouts?
Possibly. And speaking again on these mandates in New York. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all saw this story. Look at this. Houston women charged with assault against NYC restaurant hostess over vaccine mandate. Now, what did I tell y'all about them vaccine cards? Apparently, in Texas, I don't think they don't have a mandate. I don't think.
They don't.
So these three Houston women went on a trip to New York. And they went to a restaurant, and the hostess asked them for their vaccine card, got into a spat, and they jumped on her, whooped her ass.
Is this even true?
No, it's real. Or, well, it's video.
It just happens to be they're from Houston.
And the woman that they did it to was
the
Asian.
Most rebellious state besides Florida.
They were black.
And they were black women?
Yes.
Lord, and the hostess was white?
Asian.
Oh, gee, they hit the jackpot. Anti-Asian hate in New York. And then black criminals, they're not vaccinated probably.
Oh, Lord, they're the enemy number one. But let me show y'all this video.
This is a setup.
Possibly. Let me show y'all this video right quick. All right. So yeah, as you can see,
Damn, that black dude just yanked her ass up.
but okay, I gotta pause for a second. Bro, pull your pants up, man. Like, come on.
You know, I wish y'all would do that when our women are fighting one another. Intervene instead of recording videos.
Oh Lord, everybody
I
bring
said
fire. Here it go. You better go, y'all. Go
Y'all,
ahead.
They shouldn't be jumping on this Asian woman, whoop her ass because they're asking for her to be, are they vaccinated? That's
Look, hold on,
ridiculous.
before you go. They did say they didn't tell the manager, they didn't tell the cops, but they did say that she called them a racial slur. Now I don't know if they're just saying that because they got on.
Well,
camera.
you know, that's what I would think.
Come on, man.
Well,
I'm not saying she did, but come on. You didn't
I
say
find it
nothing.
hard to believe that they just started beating on this Asian woman's ass because she asked them were they vaccinated. It had to be something more in the story.
Well,
but
yeah, I
anyway,
can agree with that.
I wish brothers would jump in when it's when it's three sisters jumping on one sister instead of recording the video.
All right, back to the topic.
And instigating it.
Look, he ready to go, y'all. I think I might have let him go for about 2 minutes. Go ahead, go.
No, I'm gonna finish. That's it. That's it. I ain't gonna say no more.
All right, cause he like it. Look, man,
I'm done with it.
just pull your pants up, bro. But yeah, so they said that she called them a racial slur. That's why they put the beats on.
Put paws on her ass.
But I don't know. They did get charged with assault, and I'm pretty sure in New York.
I'm surprised they didn't charge her with
I was about to say
hate.
I'm pretty sure in New York that's gonna be. I think they didn't do it because they black. It's like,
should we
do we want to do this? Because when you put that hate crime on that, people gonna bring up every last attack. Asian people, they're gonna bring up everything. So I think they're gonna just call it assault for now.
For now.
Because they say it's not a racial attack unless you acknowledge their race. So if you're beating up an Asian person and you go, you Asian mother, then they're gonna look at it as a racial thing. Even though you might just be pointing out you Asian or whooping your ass. But they'll call it a racial thing. The same thing if a white person is jumping on a black person, they go, you black, da-da-da-da. That's hate crime.
I don't really consider that a hate crime.
Which is why the House said they can't pass the lynching act. Is because if you do that, anytime somebody is fighting somebody of another race, it has to be immediately looked at as a racial attack. People can never be just be fighting.
Well, why were they so quick to pass the anti?
Because they don't give a fuck about black people. That's why. So you know that.
It's a difference if you say I'm gonna beat your black ass versus
well, see, if they did
you nigger.
If they did a lynching act, which right now supposed to include just black people, then you know they got to throw everybody else in it. Because niggas can't have nothing by themselves. They got to include everybody. They got to have a Asian. Remember when they passed that bill for the Jewish people and they added black and gay and women, and the Jewish people like, hey, no, this is our bill. Take that out.
They took it out
They
too.
didn't take it out.
Oh, they didn't?
No, but they were mad. They were like, this is for us. This bill is supposed to be about anti-Semitism. It has nothing to do with racial hate. So at least they understand that, you know. Speaking of Israel, America is about if y'all ain't paid attention to the money system,
Israel.
The money system is failing. If you pay attention to the market, they've been printing money
since Obama.
They've been printing money before Obama, but definitely since 2008. They've been printing money like crazy.
Print money like it grows
Confetti,
on trees.
Boy, they just throwing money. Why do you think they're giving out all these $1 trillion? America's supposed to be this conservative nation with their money. All of a sudden, they're just throwing $1 trillion bills around the place. It's like,
because they know somebody's coming and they got to pay that debt. And they just like, before I give it to them, we'll destroy it away and give it away.
They just $2 trillion, $3 trillion. You get $1 trillion.
That's our reparation money.
All
this money they're giving out is our reparation money.
The national debt is about 20 plus trillion.
Which is what black Americans are owed.
Yeah, the math says we probably should get about 20 plus
20,
trillion.
$30 trillion.
It's really 100 trillion. They're not even getting to that. We will bankrupt the planet, but that's okay. Israel. While America's going through all these financial problems,
Israel got the nerve to ask for.
No, they didn't ask for it.
They just gave it to them.
This is what they do. The United States, the House approves $1 billion for Israel's Iron Dome defense system. So while you got the eviction moratorium going on, you're getting kicked out your house. You see all these homeless people. You see all this stuff going on. We're going to give another country $1 billion for their defense system.
No, they've said nothing about another stimulus check.
Did you know that when we were getting stimulus checks, that Israelis got checks too?
Yes,
Think about that for a second.
they got stimulus
People
checks.
who have, I would hope, they have dual citizenship to Israel and America, and they live in Israel, they received a stimulus check.
Now, do y'all think that's fair?
That's crazy. That's crazy. They just gave another bill. You know, they give them what is it? $500 million a year. I'm really underestimating that number, but I'm
Now-
saying they're getting like $500 million a year. They have a deal with Israel.
We would have to ask, why is America giving Israel this money?
Well, on the two-dimensional levels, because Israel represents a strategic place in the Middle East. You need somebody in that country that's supposed to share your ideology so that you can gain control of the whole area. So that Israel, they represent a certain level of strategic play for America, and they use it to their advantage. Now we can go to the three-dimensional level, understand that it's about a secret. We know that.
Secret.
It's about a secret of who's really who. But when this came out, I saw so many people in America of all races was like, what the hell? And the Jewish people was like, you don't want Israel to protect themselves? And you go, wait.
Let's look at the finances.
Israel.
Let's look up the finances to see what.
Israel don't need no $1 billion.
You see all that money they made?
Oh, wait. Because they can't see it right now.
We blow it up for them. Production, please. Blow it up.
You see this right here? This is the GDP per nation. Obviously, United States is first. China second. You see all these countries here? Somehow Mexico is really good up there too. Well, now, when I go to this next page, look at Israel. look at little old Israel. Look at that. Israel got as much money as the United Arab Emirates, Egypt.
The United Arab
right there with
Emirates.
Australia,
That's
Ireland.
Dubai, ain't it?
Yes.
They got more money than Dubai.
South Africa is pretty good. Nigeria was really high to me. Look at Nigeria, other with Thailand. Now, it seems like they can afford their own defense system.
Yeah.
So why the hell is America giving them money?
We know why. We know exactly why.
Like, and then I saw that video of Israel. I'm sorry, what's her name? AOC voting for. She voted president on the bill, as in neither way. Then she voted. She voted no. Then she voted president, and she got those fake tears.
Oh, like she did with the ones at the border.
Yeah, the fake ass tears. Oh, I didn't want.
Why she didn't go down there for the Haitian people?
That ain't her people. Oh, good question. That ain't her people. That ain't her people.
Black and brown.
That's why they sent Al Sharpton. Nigga, you go down there. That's your people. Go down
Where is AOC at for the Haitian people, y'all?
She's supposed to be she's just immigration queen, ain't she?
They got some carrots for her ass.
Oh, shit.
Looking like a damn bunny.
Oh, Lord. Look at this. Breaking. The U.S. House voted to provide $1 billion for Israel Iron Defense missiles defense system. Listen, I'm sorry, I got the number way wrong. The U.S. provides Israel with about $3.8 billion in unconditional annual aid. That's per almost all of its military and occupational forces, totaling over $146 billion. Over 1/10 of a trillion.
But they can't give us reparations.
Look at this. Israel's military, which receives $3.8 billion U.S. funds every year, has killed over 300 Palestinians under occupation in 2021.
You know, it's so sad. They'll show those people throwing rocks at damn tanks.
And so they said, "Oh, look at these! They're attacking these." Anyway, we're not even go deep into that bag. And people cry about America's on welfare. This is a true waste of our tax money. Helping protect your main ally in a region isn't a waste of money. 100% it is. Tell me what that ally has done to help America in the last 22 decades. Do you realize how many technological advancements were made in Israel that would not only help us immensely, but entire world as well?
But shouldn't we be investing that in our own country?
No. What he's lying about is Israel is known for stealing ideas from America and selling it to China. Israel is known for stealing ideas. They're known for creating spy technology to steal.
This one word described them, but I'm not going.
You can't say it.
Can't say it.
Look at the sister here.
I could tell you somebody who said it. But I ain't gonna.
We just said the name. When you say what he said, why? Fascist nation supports Now the black woman just asked why. Now the black woman, what a waste of resources. You know what, sis? It is. It is to us. To them, it's not
they don't
a
want to
waste.
be Miss Sand today. Good for y'all.
Here you go. It is a waste of resources for us. It's not a waste of resources for them if you need somebody in their area to do things you want them to do. Now, why did they get that money? Well, the president of the United States now had comments about Israel in 1986.
Now, Joe Biden this is 1986 and he didn't have no damn hair on his head.
Yeah, he was bald.
He was bald then.
Fake teeth. Yeah. Biden was already, y'all understand, Biden never ran for president like 5 times.
Trump, he jealous of Trump because Trump was able to keep his lavish hair.
Now, Trump got fake hair too. Just started bullshit.
No, that's Trump real
remember
hair.
Remember when Trump was standing outside his plane and that wind blew? He had like a damn feather on his head. I'd be ashamed of himself. Shame of himself. Let's see what Biden had to say about Israel.
Don't be made. Don't be hating on Trump's golden locks.
Oh, Goldilocks. Ooh, have mercy. Let me show you what Biden had to say about Israel in 1986.
If we look at the Middle East, I think it's about time we stop, those of us who support, as most of us do, Israel in this body, for apologizing for our support for Israel. There's no apology to be made. None. It is the best $3 billion investment we make. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interest in the region. The United States would have to go out and invent an Israel.
Didn't you? 1948? I mean, it's kind of what you did, ain't it?
That was his way of telling himself. They always give you subliminal messages and tell you what they're planning on doing or what they've done in the past. Now, what would make him say that the United States, if they didn't have an Israel, they would have to go out and make an Israel? So that tells me that's what your ass did. You went out and made a fake ass Israel in 1948.
Now listen.
Shameless nation.
This is not new. This stuff. This support. Every president has to deal with it. If you remember correctly, Obama. Remember when Obama, after he got out of office and they asked him what his true political alliance is? You know what he said?
What did he say?
Obama, Barack Obama, referred to
Barack
himself.
Hussein
Obama referred to himself as a moderate Jew. That's how Obama referred to himself. A moderate Jew.
Wow.
But when he was in office, the Christians called him a Muslim. The Jewish people call him anti-Semitic. But when he got off, he said, I'm a moderate Jew.
Wow.
He was never on your side. It amazes me how many black people still don't understand. This man was never on your side. Ever. But you know.
Barack Obama is not black.
Let me show y'all something from Dr. Umar Johnson.
He should be on his honeymoon.
Oh yeah, he got his 2 wives now, 2 sisters. Go ahead and say it. Don't hold your gun back. Let it go.
Okay, you married to 2 wives.
You got hot hat. Turn that damn fan on. I'm pretty sure they've been hearing wind the whole time now. Go ahead.
So, Barack
Obama.
Dr. Umar Johnson has 2 wives now.
Mm-hmm.
He should be on his honeymoon.
I think he is.
So does he have 2 separate honeymoons or
no? Although
you can
depends on his religion.
In the religion we practice, you don't do that.
I don't practice a religion.
Well, I'm not saying we practice a religion. What we believe biblically.
Yeah. Not supposed to
you don't share the same bedroom with your wives. Don't share the same bedroom. So, but we don't know what Dr. Umar Johnson's beliefs is, and he do whatever he want to do in his relationship.
And everything. So you see,
that's his business.
This is what he said. It said FDA authorizes Pfizer booster shots for people over 65 and those at high risk for severe illness and exposure. You tweeted this article to me. Just so happened Dr. Umar Johnson had tweeted it out too. Oh, you texted to me.
Mm-hmm.
It said on Wednesday the FDA authorized COVID-19 vaccine booster shots for a few large groups of people. A few large groups. What does that mean? Including those over 65, those with a high risk of severe illness due to COVID-19. Who is that? What's a high risk? Anybody with diabetes?
Anybody with diabetes,
high blood pressure, heart problems,
heart problems,
any sort of diseases, cancer,
kidney failure.
All those are high risk, right?
Yeah.
What percentage of that is the country?
At 90% of the country. Obesity, blood clots in your legs.
Is obesity considered a high risk person?
Yes.
So that's 60% right there, ain't it?
Yeah. So Americans are fat as hell.
So they didn't recommend it. If the FDA, so not the FDA, a panel that was put together, a committee, said no to booster shots being for everybody. They said only for those over 65. Now the FDA is coming out and saying, nah, anybody over 65 with illnesses, with high risk. It's like, that's most of the country still, ain't it? That's everybody other than kids, right?
Shit, the kids.
Oh yeah, the kids got high risk too.
These kids are huge.
Them kids are chubby or tall. Which one?
About damn 7 foot.
Yeah, they some plump ones. So, you see right here. And those whose work puts them in high risk for exposure to the virus. So nurses, doctors.
So they just secretly
they
coded.
literally said everybody, but not everybody. Everybody, but not everybody. So the minority of the country is not approved for them to take the booster. Minority. Majority is.
The only people who can't take, only people who would not be would be somebody
fit young people.
Fit young people like myself. I don't have no diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. Don't curse me, Lord. I have none of the things above. So you would literally have to be a physically fit person with no
almost like
disabilities.
Almost like that helps. Not gonna go deep. Almost like being fit helps. We're gonna get out of that.
So are they telling Americans they need to get fit?
Let's just move on. Third doses for those groups are go ahead.
That's why they was closing the gyms.
Were they trying to fatten people up?
They were trying to fat people up.
Plump them up.
Damn. Can't go to gyms. Can't do nothing.
Oh shit, his mic was turned, y'all. You gotta fix it. But you see here, third doses for those groups are expected to be available by the end of the week, according to the ABC News. An advisory panel for the U.S. Food and Drug Administration had voted on Friday, September 17th, to recommend booster shots of the Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. Now listen, they didn't say community. Where's community? Community, have you said? Where is the community vaccine? They did not say that. I thought they changed the name. They said. I knew that. We know. Anybody listening to us, we know they didn't change the name. It's a separate vaccine.
The name stays home.
So right here it said that the FDA approved the Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older, as well as those at high risk of severe illness at least 6 months after the second shot. Earlier on Friday, the same panel rejected a proposal of Pfizer and BioNTech to allow a booster shot for people ages 16 to 64, citing a lack of sufficient data on the safety and efficacy of the measure. So, wait. So first off, the FDA did not approve the community shot. When I say that, I mean they didn't use the name in this draw out. They didn't use the name. They used Pfizer BioNTech. Keep that in mind. They said no to 16 to 64 because it says a lack of data for the efficacy. But there's enough data for 65 and older. I'm confused. There's not enough data for 16 to 64, but there's enough data.
What data are they talking about? They talking about the data efficacy, that they did the trials on people,
no, citing lack of sufficient data on the safety and efficacy of the measure, how well it works. So you don't think it'll work on 16 to 64, but 65 and up it do? Like, come on, bro.
They have
we ain't gotta say nothing else. Like,
they
come
have
on.
a weaker immune system.
64-year-old got a stronger immune system than a 65-year-old.
No.
So that's my point.
Well, they consider 65 and older your senior.
So it's a 64-year-old.
A senior.
So they can't take. I'm 64. I can't take it.
And
That's crazy. And as you can see, Dr. Umar Johnson said, "Nah, fam, our elders would rather not."
sorry, Dr. Umar Johnson, but some of our elders rather would.
Yeah, unfortunately,
take
a lot of them run into it. They're not even. Hold
I
on.
wish you could speak for them all, but you can't.
They're not running to it. They're getting to the doctor
They're
for
being-
something else
It's being pushed on them.
and being told, "Hey, you should do this too."
Doing what the doctors are doing is like that lady did, like that lady in North Carolina said that they would do, scare them and tell them. You remember the North Carolina hospital when they had that board meeting on Zoom, and she said we'll just tell them, scare
That's in
them.
the last pod. Make sure you go listen to that.
That's what they're doing to black people in particular. When they go to the doctor and they go and go get a checkup, and they tell them, "Oh, your blood pressure is through the roof, or your diabetes is. We're gonna have to move up that insulin. To be safe, you probably should get that vaccine shot. Have you gotten that yet?"
Mm-hmm.
And then
And the person in the chair-
oh Lord.
Yeah, the person in the chair who don't ask questions go, just give me.
And they
whatever
don't
it take."
have none of their kids going with them and with these doctors'
Nope. So
appointments.
they sit there and they go, "Give me whatever it takes for me to keep living." That's what they thinking. They like.
But
"Just give me
then you
what I
got
gotta take."
some of our elders who was like our grandmother.
I ain't taking it.
I ain't taking that shot. God got me.
Oh Lord, those are the strongest ones. The ones y'all make fun of the most is the ones who are the strongest. Let me tell you something.
There was a video where the old lady was like, she said she's not taking that.
Her daughter was asking her. I think this daughter was joking, like, "Are you gonna get it?" And she's like, "No, y'all the ones gonna be." I can't say what she said because flag. But yeah, she was talking crazy. She was not crazy as in bad.
Listen,
but crazy as in good.
When we be telling y'all that YouTube be messing with the comments and they're messing with our views,
the
we're
channel,
not joking
bruh,
when
I'm
we tell
telling
y'all
you.
this stuff.
We're not telling y'all what they, bruh.
We're not because some people like they don't damn well YouTube ain't messing with their views. They just
Okay.
ain't getting no views.
Okay.
That may be true, sir. But according to the data, before we started putting out other views, our views have started getting a little bit higher than what it was.
Look, man, I know how to do numbers. I know how that works. I know when I put a video out, only 500 people get notifications, and we got more than 500 people. But that's regardless. That's beside the point. Let me show y'all this. Biden doubles U.S. global donation of COVID-19 vaccine shots to 1 billion Pfizer doses. Biden embraces a goal to vaccinate 70% of the global population within the next year.
So he's the president of the world? He's telling the whole world that he's going to get everybody's vaccinated? Wow, that's a bold statement to make.
President Joe Biden announced Wednesday that the United States is doubling its purchase of Pfizer COVID-19 shots to share with the world to 1 billion doses as he embraces the goal of vaccinating 70% of the global population within the next year. Now, they said
he couldn't even get his own country vaccinated by his deadline.
Exactly. Now, they said that in order to stop the lockdowns and the pandemic in the United States, we needed a 60 actually, but 70% vaccination number. We're at 70%. If you count the people that's been vaccinated and you count the people that had COVID and got over it, who are now have a to it.
They're immune to it?
Not immune, but they have a certain strength against it. We are already above 70%. But now they say we need 90. But for the global population, we only need 70 for now. Until we need 80.
We need 100%.
And then we need 100%. Now, what vaccine has ever been created where 100% of the people needed to be vaccinated?
Why weren't they doing this with the flu?
Now, the flu is different, but because that's a yearly thing, which is what they're saying. They're saying COVID is going to be a yearly thing. Now, it's not going nowhere.
But there was a lot of people who weren't getting flu shots.
No, I'm saying the flu is a yearly. Sorry.
Damn. Nasty as hell. Ain't got no home training. Raising a damn barn.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to edit. I know I ain't. That's the real. Listen. What was I saying?
Before you burped?
It's a burp.
You're talking about Biden and 70%.
Oh, yeah. They said they need 70% until they need 80 and 90. Now, the flu is a yearly shot. You need that because the flu ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
They saying COVID ain't going nowhere. It's going to be a yearly thing. You're going to need to get a shot every 2 or 3 years. So now they're saying if they can get 80% of the country vaccinated right now, that well, in the future, COVID will be like the flu. You'll get it, but it won't be deadly. And you'll be able to get over it like you do the flu. We know that ain't happening. This is about money.
Well, they're already coming out with COVID pills too.
Yeah, that's Pfizer. And
they'll be here by the end of the year.
Pfizer is copying what ivermectin is supposed to be, but yeah.
Now this story is very interesting.
That's an old story. I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. Let me make sure this is in the order. Oh, we're gonna go to this first. Because it fits in with this more. We're talking about COVID right now. We're gonna go ahead and go to this. Come on, load up. All right, move that back right there. Move that right there. All right.
Now, it's saying that there's going to be a steady decline in COVID cases throughout March.
Yeah.
Isn't this the same thing that we experienced last year?
Last year, and
but there was a decline. Well, there was a steady decline, and then remember, it went back up like in November, and then it went back down in February, and then we were able to fully open up in March, and then the same thing started happening around July,
the end of the summer. So their model is saying this. Now they're giving you.
That's the same thing that happened. That's the same thing that happened last year.
They're giving you a area of possibility.
They're showing you the same graph that they had last year. That's what they're doing. You don't need. It's like we already know.
It's bullshit.
It's the same. This is the same model that happened.
As you can see, went down, went up early October at the peak, and now they're saying it might go down to March.
But they already have another variant out.
What's it called? Moo. What have you said? What happened to the other one? The Labamba. Have you said? Lambda. What happened to that one?
We don't know. When they need to use it, they'll talk about it.
I just heard somebody wrote an article. This is a opinion piece, I guess. Not an opinion piece, but I guess you call this article like a blog, a vlog or something.
It's an opinion piece, which means we got to be very careful how we read it because
COVID breakthrough cases are not less severe. This is what he wrote.
Ooh.
This is the video where he pointed out where the CDC director said that you do not carry the COVID-19 when you are vaccinated. And then she came back a few months later and said you do carry it when you are vaccinated.
But it's the science. It changes this
oh yeah, the science.
The variant it just goes through phases. It has a mind of its own. So we're just following the science.
The science is believable until they don't agree with you. In the White House, didn't you show something? You said that Biden is pushing for booster shots, even though there's being people that saying they have committees that said no. Biden is saying yes, take it. So do I listen to the science or not?
Well, Biden is, he running the whole world. He telling the world that, he gonna have 90% people vaccinated. He can't even get his damn country to get 90% vaccinated.
Moderna CEO says return to normal life in a year if we all take the vaccine booster shots indefinitely.
So in order for life to turn normal, we got to take the booster shots once a year like the flu shot?
According to Stephanie Benkel, the pandemic will continue for at least another year. They're telling you, by the way, this, like they know. At least at which point there will be enough vaccine doses so that everyone on this earth can be vaccinated. That includes jabs for infants and booster shots for those who require them. Listen to that, man.
Well, okay, try to make me understand here. They're saying that you're gonna take a booster shot not once a year. It says when needed.
Well, right here he said the CEO of pharmaceutical giant Moderna says that even younger people will have to get vaccine booster shots at least once every 3 years, meaning that the two-tier society which pushes for unvaccinated could remain in place indefinitely. This is Zero Hedge, so they're a right-leaning publication. We read all of it, so please don't. Yeah. But this is what he's saying. So young people, you're gonna take it once every 3 years. So money, you know how much money they made? We showed it in the party. How much they've made? Billions. They bullied South American countries that they wouldn't do what they want them to do. Saying that if you give us a military base, put your military base up
for ransom.
But
not only that, they told them that, we're not going to cover any cases. This is all in your government to pay for lawsuits. If anything goes left, we're not going to be responsible for it. Your government will pay for it.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I ain't even going to go to this one. Hold on.
Now, this is the shit, right? Oh.
Hold on. I'm about to go to it. See, that's the one you want to get into, ain't it? All right, so here we go. This is a quick story I want to talk about because I find this crazy. This article was written, this is 2019. But it's to prove a point. Ship seized and 1.3 billion cocaine bust is owned by J.P. Morgan Chase.
And when I read the article, it was like they weren't even being investigated.
It's just it just so happened to be on
this happens all the time.
They
traffickers put this on
okay.
Fuck no.
So a bank owns a ship that just so happened to have one. Listen, you know how much cocaine that is?
Cocaine.
Do you understand how much cocaine would fill a room if you had $1.3 billion worth? You understand how much cocaine that is? That's pure. You know where that's from. That's probably from damn South America. That's the pure coke. Colombian coke. Bruh, they about to flood wherever they send it. Where they send that ship? They were about to flood the streets, bruh. And this goes back to the fact that these corporations, just like Moderna, are about profit. So you got a company, you got a bank, J.P. Morgan Chase, one of the giants. They in the drug trade as well. So if a bank can be in the drug trade,
allegedly,
then what the hell can a pharmaceutical company be doing? When we know that a couple pharmaceutical companies were sued for the opioid crisis that's still going on, nobody talking about. It stopped getting talked about, by the way. They sued the pharmaceutical companies for putting opioids.
Then why has the CIA not being sued for flooding the black communities with crack?
No, it should be the Reagan family. The CIA.
It's the government.
Just wait. The president, Reagan.
And the government.
Reagan, the CIA, possibly even the FBI, all those agencies. Was that Columbia?
Yeah.
All them.
Why is it that the pharmaceuticals are being sued for the opioid crisis, but the government is not being sued for flooding the black communities with cocaine?
Maybe because we didn't sue
crack.
Maybe we didn't sue them.
We still got a chance to sue their asses.
We do. But we ain't did it. I don't think so. All right. We got to get to the other story now. The story, Nicki Minaj. If you've been paying attention.
All these bitches is my sons.
Boys, I remember when she released that mistake and somebody like, man, if she said that in this album.
If she say all these bitches is my sons, I swear to God.
they was done with that line. So Nicki Minaj got some drama going her way. And we're only going to talk about this because it links to her comment she made a few days ago. Well, a week ago. Damn, time is.
It's a week ago.
It's a week ago already.
I feel like it's been like.
Wait, it could have been a week.
It was a week ago.
Did we talk about this in the last?
Yes, we did.
We did. Damn.
It's a week ago.
Jesus.
Time is just going by so fast, it's ridiculous.
All right. So, yeah, this is a week ago, or over a week ago now, where Nicki Minaj made comments on her Twitter account about not getting vaccinated, so she won't be going to the Met Gala and all this other stuff.
The Met.
And some people said that was bullshit. That was PR there. We even talked about it.
True.
Particularly you. You pointed it out, like, what is it really about? Well, there was her husband, Petty. That's his name.
Petty.
Kenneth Petty.
Kenneth Petty.
Apparently, he pleaded guilty because they moved out of California he pleaded guilty to not registering as a sex offender. You know, he went to prison for a crime that he was charged with of rape. So some people said the reason why she did that was to get the media off his back from, you know, sex offender stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it's a term they have for that politically, where you give one story so it can cover up a bigger story. So now out of nowhere, I don't know if it's out of nowhere, but the alleged victim, they say alleged, but he did go to prison. Can we call her alleged at this point?
We're just gonna stick with alleged till we, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying though, but he was found guilty.
He was found guilty for
so
whatever happened with them.
Yeah, I guess still use the word alleged though, because you never know what happened. She came out recently and said that Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty have pretty much tried to bully her and threaten her to go away. Now I didn't even know
that she was out here doing stories.
Yeah, I didn't know she was in the picture at all. I thought he went to prison. That was a long time ago, whatever. But apparently she's suing them now for trying to bully her, basically, threaten her life, and yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
All right, let me just show the video. Then I'm gonna show a clip of her on the real.
Exactly. We'll talk about it afterwards.
We'll get into that. All right, hold on.
Jennifer, have you ever spoken to Nicki directly?
I did, in March of 2020. She called me, and she said that she got word that I was willing to help them out in a situation. I didn't understand what she was referring to. She offered to fly me and my family to LA. I turned it down, and I told her, woman to woman, this really happened. And I hadn't spoken to her since.
Now, you allege that Nicki and Kenneth were harassing you. In what way?
With them sending people to negotiate numbers as far as money is concerned with family members. And Nicki is the one who personally reached out to me. She's, in regards to helping them in this situation. And then the threats that I received because I kept saying no to every offer, to every suggestion. The last incident was when one of their associates put $20,000 on my lap, and I still kept saying no. The last message I received was that I should have taken the money because they're going to use that money to put on my head.
Damn, that sounds like some mafia shit.
Okay. Like I said, this is more drama, gossip stuff. But listen, the reason why we're using this, go ahead and see what you're going to say.
Okay. I'm going to say this. So you saying she's suing Nicki Minaj and her husband for harassment?
Yeah. But go ahead.
So I'm not agreeing with anything that's happening. If this happened to this woman, she deserves to come out and tell her story. However, I believe if Kenneth Petty was not in a relationship with Nicki Minaj, she would just be seen as a random woman, and would The Real have invited her on here to share her story if it wasn't attached to Nicki Minaj celebrityism?
Yeah. Well,
and if you're gonna sue her for harassing you, well, damn, you might as well have took the money, because you're still getting money out of this. Am I crazy?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't hear what was the initial reason they wanted to pay her off.
Exactly. Was you planning on coming out and speaking, or because if Nicki Minaj came out and went against the vaccine?
See now
they have the skeleton in her closet for her.
Further. Let's pause for a second. We're gonna get there. Now this is a clip I found. I think there's a dude, a blogger, Jason Lee, the homosexual dude, who last time I heard of him was when he did the interview with Tahiri against Joe Budden.
He has a show called Hollywood Unlocked.
Hollywood Unlocked.
And we know that because we went on there and saw that he had Tahiri on there telling lies.
Hold on, we can't say
allegedly.
Yeah, we can't say lies. We don't know.
Allegedly.
So let's see what he posted this. If I'm not mistaken. Now this is not proving that this is him. I don't know if this is him. I'm saying it sounds like him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, this is the thing she put out?
No, she didn't put this out. This is her on the phone.
With Kenneth Petty?
No, this is just her on the phone with somebody. I
Okay.
believe she's on the phone with the Jason Lee dude.
Okay.
I'm not sure though.
But they're not saying that's who it is.
I haven't seen that. Well, some people have said that, but yeah.
Or like a lawyer or something,
Uh-huh.
you need to tell what to write.
But did,
Or like a lawyer or something,
Uh-huh.
you need to tell what to write.
but did,
Yeah.
Or like a lawyer or something,
Uh-huh.
you need to tell what to write.
but did,
It sounds like
She said I need a lawyer or something to tell me what to write. Now hold on. There's nothing incriminating about that. If you want to write a public statement, you want to have a lawyer there so they can make sure you say things properly and protect yourself.
Yes.
But she is on the phone with somebody saying she need a lawyer so she need to write things properly. So you take that for how it looks.
it
versus
does
what
sound
is.
like who we said it sound like.
Now, I want to show y'all this.
Tyrone.
This is Tyrone Blackburn. If you don't know him, go back to our videos. Go back to the T.I. video we did. This is the man that's representing the women that are accusing T.I. This is the same dude that's representing the alleged victims of T.I. and Tiny. So clearly he running in certain circles.
So he's used to take down celebrities.
The same way, what's that name? Gloria Steinem.
Gloria Steinem.
Alfred. No, her name is, how you say her name? It's not Gloria Steinem.
Yes, it is.
That's the feminist woman.
The one to be representing the
Her name is
females that come out for sexual assault cases.
Her name is Gloria Steinem.
Her name is Gloria.
No, her last name not Steinem. It's my phone. Her name is Gloria Alfred. Gloria something. I forgot.
Okay. But anyway, he's used as to take down celebrities. Because now if the Real had already had this interview set up before Nicki Minaj came out and said what she said about the vaccine, then I'll say, yeah. But if they were called up and told, hey, you guys need to have this interview with her, then that's a whole nother different light we have to look into.
You gotta ask the question, why the hell would she go on The Real? I mean, let's be honest. Nicki, she's kind of been, well, I can't say she's been protected. She has some haters, but
I kind of feel like within the last 5 or 6 months, they have been easing up off of Nicki. You hear the Breakfast Club talking about her more. You hear the Breakfast Club defending her more. It was like they were trying to spin positive things about her. But after she came out and pretty much said, do your own research on the vaccine and blah, blah, blah. Now it's like, okay, we're about to get you.
See, and this goes.
So that's why we need to know whether or not did The Real already had this interview and it just magically dropped it after all this stuff happened? Or did they immediately get this interview with this woman after she talked about the vaccine?
And that goes into another person, the spinner, as you said. Karen Civil has been in the media as well.
And she can't protect?
That's my point. So Karen Civil, and once again, we're talking about this because I believe it ties in to what she said on Twitter, personally. Now, did she make those comments about the vaccine to get heat off of her husband not registering as a sex offender? Maybe so, probably. But other stuff came with that. When she did that, this came up. Karen Civil is under fire. The person who's known as a fixer around the industry, as she called herself, Olivia Pope. She's under fire right now with Jonah Lucas and all these other people. What's his name?
From Compton.
Jason Lee.
Nipsey Hussle's assistant.
Nipsey Hussle's assistant or somebody, a co-worker or something. She's been called a fraud, a scammer, and all this other stuff.
But you have celebrities defending her.
Except the Breakfast Club interviewed Jason Lee. But Charlamagne is friends with Karen Civil. This is what I think. And this goes back to Kwame Brown.
GG.
Go along, get along, gang. I believe that lines are being drawn, battlefields are being made, people are being forced to choose sides. For instance, Joe Budden chose Karen Civil. Clearly, she done some dirt for him that he's like, I'm riding with you. You done too much. You done so much for me. I got to ride with you. Charlamagne seemed to be kind of on the fence. Maybe he's ready to toss her to the side.
Charlamagne's on the fence because he has so much heat on his ass right now. He can't take on
too many burdens
anymore.
We're gonna bring up Karen Civil because she's known as being associated with Nicki Minaj. I feel like there's some stuff going on behind it. Some shaking is going on.
If anybody could find out when the real did this interview with this woman, it would put everything into perspective.
Yeah, I didn't bother looking up when they did the interview and stuff. I'm going to show, this channel not monetized anyway. I'm going to show a clip from the Breakfast Club.
But when we put it on our monetized channel, this will be coming out of there.
This is Jason Lee.
Enjoy it on this one.
This is Jason Lee speaking on the situation. And he said something at the end. Like I said, I believe, this is a gossip thing. I understand. But I think it's something bigger.
Listen, when we talk about gossip stuff, it's because we're tying it into something bigger. We're trying to explain. We're explaining the industry and how it's affecting everything.
Yes, this is going to affect. We'll see. You'll see.
And he said, Nicki Minaj would like to speak to you. What? Nicki Minaj, after 4 years of fighting, dropping stories on her, talking. I mean, she's currently got served for the husband who raped that girl. She canceled the VMAs because she wasn't ready to do her performance, even though she blamed it on COVID and didn't get the Video Vanguard Award as a result of that. I don't even know if we dropped that story. But she has all these issues with me, and she wants to talk about Karen Civil. So the person said Nicki wanted to talk to me and with Karen on the phone. I said, no, she can call me directly. I'll talk to Nicki. But she didn't want to talk to me about her stuff on the phone, so the call didn't happen. The reason why I think Nicki is trying to call now and intervene is because when we pursue Karen the way that we're getting ready to, we got to go through a process called discovery. Where'd the $20,000 come?
I ain't even got to finish that. Exactly. I'm sorry, I forgot to hit the button too, y'all. Exactly. I believe that there's some stuff about to be uncovered.
Not just with Nicki, though.
That's my point. It started with, what's her name? Karen Civil. Now it's leaking onto Nicki
Minaj. And then it's going to go from Nicki to a celebrity bigger than her.
Well, because the thing is, he's mad about Karen Civil admitting college. I'm sorry.
Is he saying the $20 came from Nicki?
What? He's $20.
20,000.
Wait. I'm sorry. I listened to that Karen Civil thing.
And we know that Nicki Minaj is known for doing things behind the scenes because...
Hold on. I listened to that thing behind the scenes. Not behind the scenes, sorry. That thing on Clubhouse. Somebody put it up on YouTube. And Karen Civil admitted that she paid to have his Hollywood Unlocked blog or site taken down. She admitted she paid for that.
She did. She agreed.
So if she admitted that, now he got to say, well, who did you spend $20,000 to do that? No, you were covering for one of your clients on a story I'm about to put out.
Nicki.
So who gave you that money to do that? And it won't be Nicki. It'll be, okay, Karen. Who else you take money from to do dirty stuff? Now the people will be exposed. DJ Academics was talking about how there was a video of Meek Mill beating on a woman. And it never got. So Karen, the point I'm making is Karen Civil is a fixer, and she can't fix Nicki Minaj right now. Nicki Minaj tried to cover for her husband, possibly not possibly. He did register as a sex offender. He pleaded guilty, but she possibly used that story. That stunt she pulled on Twitter to cover for that story, which might have left her open to this. So is the industry trying to get rid of Nicki Minaj, or are they punishing her for speaking against? I
think they're punishing her for speaking against,
and that's the point I'm making. I believe
the vaccine.
That's the point I'm making.
So, which we're trying to say is, all this stuff ties in together. Celebrities ties into politics. It ties into the government.
It's all a lie, an illusion.
They all have a script that they read from. They all have certain things that they do.
And when they go against the script,
this is what happened. They get burned.
They burning her right now. Because this petty thing, we said this like Nicki Minaj's name is Roman Polanski, a rapist, pedophile.
And then she goes and marries a man.
Her brother is a pedophile. Like, come on. What's going on with her? Why is she surrounded by so many pedophiles? Why her name a pedophile, her brother a pedophile, her husband's alleged rapist? Like, it's crazy. But people ignored it. Now the media is finally taking. The media never took on the rape story. Ever. They finally taking it up. Why? Y'all think, why the hell would the Real interview this woman? Unless someone told them to. Because Nicki broke a rule. She spoke against.
She has to be spanked.
She spoke against the script. Even if she did it for some other reason, she don't give a damn about nothing that's going on. She might be vaccinated, but she spoke against the script, and now they gotta.
Gotta punish her.
This once again, I'm on conspiracy theories, I guess.
A discovery. Where'd the $20,000 come from? How'd you file that on your taxes? Did he file on his taxes? He's a minor. Did you have a contract with his parents? Did you get permission? What? I want to follow the money. I want to follow the text messages, the emails. Who's behind it? Who's supporting what? That's what they're trying to avoid, but they can't avoid it now because it's out there, and we plan to figure it out.
So they're gonna bring up are they gonna bring up charges, and when are they gonna do the charges? Do we know?
We had a meeting yesterday, and my team doesn't want to talk about everything we plan to do legally, but just like for sure, it's not a moment in social media history. Definitely gonna pursue it. You know, there's a lot of people online guiding Karen Civil. There's a person that we all know that you may not want to talk about today who's guiding her. His name is Joe Budden. He's had a lot to say on Clubhouse. Now, I haven't heard all his clips, but I did want to say something really quick to Joe. Joe, you've had a lot to say about me. Even though it wasn't a lot, it was too much, even if it was my name. Don't say nothing about me because you don't know what I have about you. And I'm telling you, at this point, if everybody wants to insert themselves in this conversation, please don't have no dirt. Because I am loyal to Hollywood Unlocked, the same platform that Karen tried to take away. And to distract people from the point that she actually admitted it is crazy to me. That's the frustrating part. I'm sitting here watching this movie play out, like people tweeting me, Joe Budden now coming for Jason Lee.
Now, hold on. I didn't see that. I don't know. So I can't even comment on that part.
I can comment on the Joe Budden part.
But I am
But he is telling you, Joe,
I got something on you.
I got something on
But
you.
this will make me say this. Once again, people in Hollywood, the most dangerous people in the industry are not the big Nicki Minaj and Drake and all these top actors and the comedians, the athletes, LeBron James, and they're not the most powerful people.
It's the people that is behind it.
The journalists are the most powerful. You know how many stories they got on these people they don't let you hear? What he's saying
Or they
is,
pay them not to put out.
No. What they do is, I ain't gonna say it right now. When I need something from you, let's say I want an interview. Give me my interview. If you don't give me my interview, I'm gonna drop the story. Now, then you got people like Karen Civil, whose job is to come in and eliminate those people. Hey, don't put the story up. Yeah, I am gonna put the story up. All right, blog deleted.
Yeah,
What you
remember,
gonna do, sue me?
they say they don't pay the blogs, they buy the buildings now.
There you go. Look at Jeff Bezos. They wrote a story about his affair. He bought New York Times.
They don't pay the bloggers now.
They buy
the buildings.
That's what you do. Are you gonna do this? I'm gonna buy your whole site. Put you out of business. Look at ESPN did to what's his name? Bill Simmons. He had a beef with ESPN. He had a podcast with Jalen Rose. I'm be honest, I'm sorry. Bill Simmons, Jalen Rose had the best sports podcast around. It was the best sports podcast. I'm sorry. ESPN came and bought Grantland and fired him. I put that Jewish dude, the black woman, on the show, and it's garbage. He doesn't fit Jalen Rose. It's just terrible. They bought it and kicked him out. So this is what you do. When you the bully, you bully. This is why you had when Joe Budden was talking about the subject, he said, look, she got on her bully stuff. This is what happens in the industry. Somebody asks you to do something, you don't do it, they spank your hand. It's the industry. And I was looking at Joe, and I thought, she got a lot of stuff on you. Karen Civil, she done did a lot of stuff for you to not even flinch. 100% on her side. It's like, okay, we understand. You don't go against those that are loyal to you.
We are just in the age of revealing and uncovering everything that's going on in this wicked world. And I can't wait to see.
And this is not even a big story yet. We ain't heard nothing yet.
Nicki, this ain't gonna be the biggest story. I'm waiting to see what comes out at the end of all of this.
Oh, nothing. Let me say this right now. Nothing's coming. He gonna get bought out. Not bought out as in he gonna get paid off. Behind the scene, they gonna promise him some stuff.
And Jason Lee just gonna go away.
Yeah. I say they'll drag this out for another. You'll hear about this story again in like a month, and then you won't hear about it no more. Watch. He's not gonna do nothing. He's not crazy.
You know, I do agree. Accountability is very important. But after that happens, you got to give everybody grace and you got to give everybody a chance to grow and evolve.
Yeah, that process is called parole.
I had to play that. That was funny. But yeah, and like I said, Karen Civil, she had a dude saying she stole 60 G's and she admitted that she took the money but never admit what she did with the money. You have Meek Mill came out and said something about her. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that, you know, she's done a lot for him. He shouldn't be saying anything. All I'm saying is I believe this is not about Nicki Minaj and that alleged victim of her husband. This is not about Karen Civil stealing 60K. This is about more. This is about some real stories that's on the brink of being released. Some stuff that'll make you change your opinion of people that they're holding back. So that's our gossip segment for today. Let's get to one last story I want to talk about. Because I'm sick of it. For the last 6 months.
Why does he keep saying that? I don't understand.
This is not new. But Tariq tweeted it out and it got some more attention. Every single day, I see a Jamaican person get on the internet and say, hip hop was started by Jamaicans.
You know what? We should just stop doing hip hop and give it to them.
But they don't do hip hop. That's the funny part. They don't.
If you started it, why don't you no longer do it anymore?
Well, they said the same thing about us in rock and roll. Hey, I'm sorry, I gotta play. I'm sorry, I gotta.
There are black people that still do rock and roll,
but it's not nearly as big as it was back in those days. But we were the only ones doing it. Same with country.
There are black people that still do country.
And
black people still
R&B
do jazz.
R&B becoming a white genre now. How many white people are calling themselves? I'm not saying they are.
What white people are considered R&B artists?
Slow down. I'm not saying they are R&B artists. I'm saying they're being called.
Who?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber is not an R&B artist.
Do you hear what I said? I said I'm not saying he is. I said he's been called that.
Okay. Who else you got?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Yes, she is.
She's a country artist.
No, she's not. She do all type of genres now.
Taylor Swift is not a.
What's the other one name?
The fat one. Oh, she lost the weight for the black dude.
Adele is she with Rich Paul now?
Yeah.
LeBron James manager. Yeah.
That's who LeBron surrounded himself by.
Here we go. Look, can't control what another man do.
Yeah.
But Adele, that's R&B, ain't it?
They ain't no fucking R&B.
They call her R&B.
I don't give a damn what they call her.
I'm not saying she is. I'm saying they're taking over the genre by calling people stuff. They're calling all the black R&B artists have been called soul singers. That's the point. They're kicking black people out of R&B and sending them to soul music. You got people like her and what's the other dude name? I forgot his name. What's the real popular singer, the black dude? You know what I'm talking about?
The who?
The popular black R&B singer, the black dude.
The popular black dude R&B singer.
He's the only one. That's my point. What's his name? God damn it. Anyway, the point is, I'm gonna show y'all what Busta had to say on the 85 South show.
And they didn't correct him?
No, they didn't. That's the point. We'll get to that.
Understand this whole loud ass music outside. Understand this whole hip hop shit was birthed from Jamaica. Like Kool Herc's a Jamaican nigga. You get what I'm saying? The whole concept of having big ass speakers stockpiled on top of each other and playing loud ass music outside, that come from Jamaica. That's dancehall culture.
That's not. And the dude in the comment, I know I'm following on Twitter, his name is Soul Black. I'm sorry, I said dude. I don't know if it's a dude or a woman, no offense. I don't know if it's a dude or a woman.
They've already proved that.
I think it's a dude. They even said, no, that came from block party culture that was going on in black and up there in they were blasting James Brown music.
You know, it's very interesting. Ever since this ADOS stuff has come out, you see these Busta Rhymes, who we never knew.
He did not say he was
Jamaican.
well, hold on. I'm sure he said he was Jamaican in some of his music.
But he's never
but
pronounced.
He never claimed Jamaican
until
hard.
the last 2 years?
2 or 3 years, yeah.
When the whole ADOS thing started. Now you talking about fucking Jamaica created hip hop. We gonna give it back to you. Let's see.
It never theirs.
They said it's there.
No,
so we gonna give you back this hip hop you created, and let's see what you do with it.
You know what I'm saying? So Kool Herc brought dancehall culture to the U.S. and gave birth to hip hop culture. The only thing that changed was the type of music that was played. And how it was played.
Wait, so the sound changed. So it wasn't the same thing. If the music changed and the sound changed, he wasn't playing the same sound.
Why are y'all so jealous of African Americans? I don't understand. It's pure enviness and jealousy. I don't understand. Y'all come to America, dance hall artists like Spice is coming to a fucking reality TV show, Love and Hip Hop of Atlanta, just to get fucking attention. It's just ridiculous, y'all. Do better.
Apparently, Black Americans weren't rapping, but this was in the damn. Come on, I'm just gonna say this. This is in black and white.
My God's talking, said he would ride on the wind and tide. Hey, children, stop still and listen to me. God walked down to the briny sea. He declared that the aim was to send a man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah stopped. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark.
Well, back then they were rapping about our history, our lineage. Now they rapping about bitches and hoes and money and cars.
It's so crazy you just said that. But when you hear this, you're gonna change that shit. We talking.
Did she have gold teeth?
Yes, they had a front. Thank you for pointing it out. They had fronts.
She must be from Tennessee, Memphis.
They had fronts back then. This notion that, come on, man, this is
she
not
said
new.
She had a big ass, and she can get any man with her big ass.
Yeah, she got class. She said she got a big ass man with class. Look, all I'm saying is that rapping about that is not new. This is the damn 30s or 20s or something. It's not new.
Busta tell you what they were doing in 1890.
Oh, I'll tell you about the dude that tried to say that what's his name? Allen Poe.
Busta, stop.
Now this was a dude who said no, it didn't start there. Let me show y'all this one. And this is kind of the wind down. Listen to this.
We didn't start out, let's do the hip hop thing. Nah. The name hip hop came from a cadence in marching.
Explain that, please.
Yeah, Grandmaster Flash was playing at a party, all right? And a cowboy, Keith Cowboy, one of his MCs, may he rest in peace, was going into the army next day. So he's fucking with him on the mic. He like, yeah, so-and-so. I forgot the dude's name. Somebody know, but I forgot his name. He was like, yeah, so-and-so, this and that. Yeah, you having a good time now. You partying now, but tomorrow, your ass gonna be getting up at the crack of dawn like, here, ho, here, ho, here, ho. You know that cadence when they walk? Here, ho, here. That's where hip-hop came from.
This is fucking me up right now. This is crazy.
And then that cadence became repeated so much, it became like a signature thing, here, until hip hop, the words hip hop formed. And then Lovebug Starsky was the one who really kind of took it over the top with the hip, the hop, the hip, the hop, the hop, the hop, hip, 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 hip. Hip hop was the most repeated phrase throughout our conversation.
They got it from a damn Martian band. Now, Kool Herc himself literally said hip hop didn't come from no damn Jamaica, and they still out here lying. Yeah, he did say that.
Now you got that other link where it shows where Busta Rhymes got his name from.
Nigga, what the hell did you say?
But yeah, Busta Rhymes got his name. Busta Rhymes got his name from a college football player. So it's funny how Busta Rhymes is like Jamaican people created hip hop. Yet he got his own name from a black American.
Wow.
Named Busta Rhymes. A college football, professional football player named Busta Rhymes. That's where he got his name from. But I want to show this as well. People are asking the question, what? Now, I want to show this right here. And people ask the question, why are people trying to claim hip hop? Now, you see this article right here. This article tells you Goldman Sachs bets on hip hop and millennials for music festival. Now, you go down here. There's a little segment down here. Streaming platforms take center stage in Goldman Sachs' latest forecast that music revenue is going to be more than double to about 131 billion by 2030. Currently, music streaming sales are dominated by top R&B and hip hop artists such as Drake, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, Migos, and Cardi B. Music publishers and labels also stand to profit greatly from the rise in streaming, led by black listeners. There's a lot of money about to be put into it. Remember back in the 90s when you looked at a movie and the exciting part of the movie came, whether it was a fight, an altercation of some sort, they would have rock and roll music in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that for the last 20 years or so, in those same scenes, they play hip hop now?
Yeah.
Hip hop replaced rock and roll as the most popular genre. Which hip hop R&B is kind of a mixed genre now. It's not even separate no more. It's kind of a mixed thing.
Well, Mary did that.
Yeah, she did. Nobody want that versus smoke though.
Could we say that Mary J Blige messed up R&B?
She ain't mess it up.
She combined it.
What's wrong with that? I mean, if you consider that a bad thing, then yeah.
For those who like that classic R&B, it was taken out.
Those people still exist.
Huh?
Those people still exist.
Who?
R&B singers.
Well, this millennium, this generation? Who?
I tried to give you the name earlier. I forgot the name. I don't listen to R&B, so it's not really a good.
Okay.
I mean, I listen to R&B. I'm just not no.
You listen to 90s and early 2000s.
No, I listen to recent R&B.
Who?
I can't think of no damn. I'm trying to put me on the spot. I can't think of no name right now. But anyway, speaking of that, let's move on. I guess that's the end of this. It's been going on for a little while. I think it's time to wind it down. You got any final words for the people?
What I would keep saying and what I would keep emphasizing is they were trying to replace Black Americans. They're trying to replace us with everything that we created. They're trying to say we didn't create it. Other Black people created it. They're just trying to make us go extinct. And by the grace of the Most High, we're still here. We're still thriving. We are some of the most creative people on the earth. And we ain't going nowhere. And every time you tell a lie, we're going to call you out on your lie and we're going to provide receipts. That's all I got to say.
Okay. That was his rant. So.
No, that was my truth. That was my testimony.
But yeah, man, I guess it's the end of that one. Like I said, hopefully we'll be back on our channel in a week. I mean, we only upload like 3 times a week anyway, so y'all won't be missing much. We don't upload that often. But hopefully you like our content enough to miss those 3 videos. But yeah, hopefully y'all see this video. We're going to upload on our second channel, at least for the next week and possibly in the future, whenever some shit go down on the first page. But anyway, man, y'all be safe. Protect yourself at all times. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.